Hello friends. So only 2 days to go. So you might be very much busy in your studies. Somebody might be busy, somebody might be revising, somebody might be very much tensed. Somebody might be in depression. और मेरा पढ़ाई नहीं हुआ यार क्या करूँ? How will I give the exam? Don't worry, be cool. Okay? Don't worry about it at all. Once you have completed your studies, be very confident. And for being confident, this session is there. See, this session is specifically, look at the name. Strategy attempt like a topper. Who is a topper? Topper is always the one who is confident. Confident about his studies, confident about himself. Where will you get the confidence? When you know that your complete portion is done. How will you know the portion? For that I have come up over here. I'll discuss with you all the important points in ABM in the portion as such. Means what all is asked in this, let's say module A, what is asked? Okay, let me give you this example. Let's say in module A, what will be asked over here. Similarly, module B, C, D, what all will be asked? What is important that is to be studied in next 2 days? So that's why this whole session. Okay? So follow the video completely, share it with your friends, share it on all your social media platforms, like this video. Okay? Chalo, let's start. So let's focus on mod A first. In mod A, if you see this, it's totally dependent on, it's totally statistics. Stats means all, means frankly, it's none of your business in banking, to be frank. In your bank, you don't use any of this up till now. In your daily banking. At the HO level, if you are going, then you will be using it. Now, what should you focus? Okay, in the remaining days. First topic is definitions, importance, data collection. So here it means, suppose if you focus over here, it means that up to this part, you have chapter number 1. Chapter number 1 forms the base, complete base. Okay. So in base means you will have to focus totally on the basics of the chapter. Now basics in the sense you will have to understand what is frequency. That is very important. Then what is inclusive data, what is exclusive data. Okay. Groups. Okay, what is inclusive group, what is exclusive group. Then you will have to understand the frequency and the X and frequency means element and frequency. How to find out the mean in this chapter will have the normal means here. In chapter number 3 you are having a lot of means, but here at least basics you must know. How to find out the mean, what is frequency. Okay, the definition of frequency you must be very clear about it. Then what is basically this data collection? How to collect the data? What is the importance of data collection? How is it used by the companies? So these points are there. But again remember basics, you will be having 1-2 numericals over here. So follow both of them. Okay, simple ones. Okay, you will have the this numerical on relative frequency. You will have the numerical on basically relative frequency only. That is very important. Okay. Then chapter number 2 you have this sampling techniques. This is chapter number 2. In sampling techniques you will be focusing on, firstly there is one numerical in sampling techniques which is asked for sometimes for 5 marks, sometimes for even 1 mark. Minor part is asked. For 1 mark they won't be asking the full part. But you will be given one numerical. Here, one thing you will be very clear. Module A is completely numericals. Completely. Okay? All the topics except last one, simulation. In simulation you don't have numericals. Otherwise, even there you have one numerical is there. But otherwise, all the chapters you are having numericals. Okay? So, in sampling distribution, you will be having the numerical on infinite population and finite population, both. You need to understand what is normal distribution curve over here. What are the techniques of sampling distribution? Okay? What are the various ways? What is stratified sampling? What is cluster sampling? All these things you will be knowing. Because these questions are asked in exam. Sampling techniques here. Firstly, remember definition forms the base. Sampling technique also forms the base of further topics. You'll have to understand what is this finite population multiplier. You need to understand this. Then you'll have to understand what is infinite population, what is the formula for standard error, what is the meaning of standard error. Very important term. Meaning of standard error. That is also you need to understand the difference. Then, after this, you come to the chapter number 3, this measures of central tendency and dispersion. This is chapter number 3, measures of central tendency and dispersion. Now, here, this is one of the toughest topics of your complete CIB or complete ABM, you can call it. One of the toughest. Okay? Why? Because here you are having so many difficult topics. In the sense, you are having skewness, you are having kurtosis. Okay? You are having 3 means: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. That also for group data and ungrouped data. Then you have standard deviation, dispersion techniques. In dispersion techniques, you have 4 absolute ratios, 4 relative ratios. All of them. So that's why this is one of the toughest topic. The skewness and kurtosis are the difficult case studies, and mind it, they are asked in the exam. These difficult case studies are asked in the exam. Skewness and kurtosis. Okay, so definitely they will be there. Don't miss this. Skewness and kurtosis. I have taken it in the paid classes. All the batches I have taken it. Okay, so don't miss this. Measures of central tendency. Those who are in the paid classes, you need to follow the PDFs given by me. Okay, in any case. So next is time series. Time series is a bit okay type, but lengthy one. Because here you will be having the time series problems on linear as well as curvilinear. You will have to find out the linear equation y equals to a plus bx plus curvilinear equation y equals to a plus bx plus cx square. That is very difficult. Then you'll have the means methods of separating the tails, okay, or finding the odd man out. There are 3 methods. All of them are in the time series. The 3 methods, okay. So you'll have to study those 3 methods. Okay, percent of trend, residual, cyclical, residual, and last one is this seasonal variation. So all these 3 topics you'll be getting it in time series. Time series is a lengthy topic. There the tables are also lengthy ones. But before this time series, you'll be having correlation. Correlation will come before time series. Correlation and regression. If you are clear in correlation and regression, time series will be easy for you. If you are clear in sampling techniques, estimation will be easy for you. This one. See, these are related. Sampling, and estimation. These 2 are related. Okay, and correlation, I'll just write correlation and regression. And time series are related. Time series. So if you study one well, other becomes easy for you. Okay. So these are related to each other. Now what do we have in correlation? In correlation and regression, you'll have the topics like in the sense you'll be having the relationship between 2 variables in correlation, and in regression it's a line. Okay, it's a continuous line. So here you have the numericals. You will be having a case study on correlation for finding the coefficient of correlation. In that you will be having the variance of x, variance of y, variance of covariance of xy, standard deviations, all these you will have to find out. Along with it you will be having a regression also. In the regression you will have to find out the equation y equals to a plus bx. Kindly note, regression is a line. So you will have only y equals to a plus bx. Then you will have the confidence levels. 68.3, 95.5 and 99.7% confidence. There you will have all the 3, 1 standard error, 2 standard error, 3 standard error. You will have standard error itself, you are having 5 formulae in your complete statistics, 5 formulae. Standard error only. All the 5 you need to know. Okay, I've taken that in the paid classes. Okay, so correlation regression. After this, you will be having, after this correlation, you will be having estimation. This one. In estimation, you will be having similar to, see this, estimation is similar to sampling. There also you will have to find out the estimate for the next coming 1 or 2 years or whatever years they will be asking you. But similar to sampling. Okay. In estimation, you will have to find out the maxima and minima. Okay. Then after estimation, you will be having this probability, the most toughest one, the most toughest one, probability, very tough. Okay. Why am I saying tough? Because here you are having not only 3 probabilities, that is Bernoulli, binomial and Poisson. These 3 are definitely there, but other than that, there are various other probabilities. Conditional probability is there. That is one of the toughest one, conditional probability. Then you have, in binomial itself, you have 3 to 4 formulae for standard deviation, standard error, mean. You'll have to find each one. Then before this, you will be having common problems of this probability like cards. 2 dice are thrown, a pack of 52 cards. All these numericals you'll be having. White ball, red ball, green balls, all these. Okay, but that is basic. Remember, conditional probability is the tougher one, and binomial and Poisson. These are the toughest ones. So you'll have to focus on this probability. This is really tough. This topic is really tough because it is very thought-provoking topic. Then you have LPP, linear programming. Okay, LPP. In LPP, what do you have? You have basically 2 methods of solving. One is graphical, second is simplex. Okay, graphical and simplex. So in graphical, we always use graphical method. We never use simplex method for solving, at least in CIB. Simplex method, you will be having the theory. You won't be having the numerical on simplex. Okay. So focus on these. Then last one is your simulation. This is very simple topic, very easy. Just one numerical is there. That is also the milkman problem. Past 10 days data is given. You have to find out the data for future 10 days. Okay, milk requirement. There is only one numerical. Then you have the theory. Remaining everything is theory. In simulation, you will have to focus on the sequencing of the process of simulation. Okay. So that's it about module A, which you have to focus now. Okay. B module. Module B, HR. In HR, Suprama ma'am is taking HR, but I'll give you the details what you have to study in this. Fundamentals, development of HR, organizational implications, feedback and reward system, performance management, conflict management, HRM and IT. So she will definitely take which are the important topics in this. But again, 360-degree review, the old techniques, the new technique, Jory window, transactional analysis, these are main ones, but you follow the same for her. Okay. Next. Module C, credit management. This I will be taking again. So in module C, overview, analysis of financial statements, working capital finance, term loans, credit delivery, control and monitoring, risk management, restructuring and recovery, resolution of stressed assets. Now these are the topic names. But kindly note, where are the numericals? Numericals are over here, are in analysis of financial statements, working capital you will be having numericals. Term loans, you may have 1 or 2, that's it. But these 2 you will be definitely having. Anywhere else, no numericals. No numericals, yeah. There is one regarding resolution. It's regarding NPAs. Means they will be giving you the level of NPA, is it substandard or doubtful 1 or doubtful 2, and based on that, they will be asking you the provisions. That is included in BFM also, and that problem is included in ABM also. Both the topics, this subjects, it is included. Now over here, overview of credit management, complete theory you will be having. In this, what you have to focus on in remaining days, in overview you have to focus on, number one, what are the basics of credit? How do you give the loan? What are the documentations? Legal documents. Then you have financial documents. Then you have this KYC documents. These three documentation you have to focus. What are the various types of credit appraisals? Environmental appraisal, PESTEL. What is PESTEL? You will be asked in this. Okay. So PESTEL you have to focus. Then in financial statements, this you will have ratio analysis. Ratio analysis means all the three types of ratios: turnover ratio, profitability ratio, solvency ratio, and subparts of each. Means even profitability has 5 subparts, turnover has 5 subparts, solvency has 2 subparts. So all these subparts will be used and will be asked to you. Okay. So again, this is quite a big theory, and theory also and numerical also, both of them. Then you have working capital finance. This here you'll have a numerical to find out the operating cycle of any bank, of any customer. Operating cycle. There you'll have the studies for Tandon Committee method 1 to 3, plus you'll have Nayak Committee. Okay, plus you'll have the studies for IT companies. IT means service industries. How do you give the loan CC for IT companies or service industry? This you will be having. What are the various percentages? So those you will have to study in this, in working capital. Now in numerical part you'll be having a case study to find out the operating cycle of some company. That stock plus debtors minus creditors and then 75%. That all you'll have to use. Tandon Committee, all the three methods are very important. Numericals will be asked on that. Okay. So working capital finance. Then term loans. In term loans you will be having mainly theory. How to give the term loans? If you give a term loan to a big company and the commencement of the commercial operations means delays, DCCO, then how do you consider it as substandard? On what basis? What is the criteria for DCCO? If it gets delayed by 1 year, by 2 years, by 3 years, for various reasons which are outside your control, these all you will have to study in the remaining days. Again, these are important terms over here. So term loans, then credit delivery. Here you will have to study the documentation, legal documents, mainly legal documents. Here it comes in legal documents, you get this search report, then you have valuation report, plus your DPN, plus your limitations, law of limitations, everything will apply over here. Then in this, you will always again have one mortgage question. That is the basic part of your JAIIB. Means what are the various ways of charge creation? Mortgage, hypothecation, then assignment, lien, again pledge. These are the basic ways of creating the charge. So these you will have to study. Control and monitoring. Control and monitoring. Okay, how to control the loan? How to check? Mainly this is focused on CC, cash credit, because anything else, term loan is never controlled. Once you give it, it's gone. CC is a regular continuous process. So control and monitoring mainly refers to your CC. Here you will be having the calculations on your DP calculations. So which one is to be sanctioned given to that customer? Either the DP answer or the sanctioning amount. What you have to give it every month. So control and monitoring. How to check whether any customer is defrauding you? What is kite flying? This kite flying question is asked. What is window dressing? All these are the part of control and monitoring. Then risk management. How to manage the risk? What are the various types of risk? Credit risk, market risk, ops risks. These main risks are these ones. How to control those risks? How to manage those risks? Okay. Then you have restructuring and recovery. So here these two topics are mainly related to NPAs. Restructuring and recovery and resolution of stressed assets. In restructuring and recovery, you will have all the calculations. Means calculations in the sense theory only. What are the various percentages by which you can reduce the rate of interest for an NPA customer, or which the customer who is trying to rebuild himself, the company which is trying to rebuild itself, okay, or run the company. That's called as restructuring. What are the methods of restructuring? What is CIRP? What is PIRP? These will be studied by you, and these you will have to study. You will definitely get a question on PIRP. Mind it. Okay, pre-packed insolvency resolution. Then what is JLF? That is also a part of your this recovery, restructuring and recovery. JLF question is definitely asked. Then you have resolution of stressed assets. Means whenever any account becomes NPA only, how to solve this? In stressed assets, either you have two methods. One is recovery, restructuring, or liquidation. Both the methods are studied. What is this? Here, the question comes of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Act. That is also over here, 2016. So this you'll have to study. Module D, compliance. This will be taken by Suprabha ma'am, but again, I'll read the topics which you have to study. Compliance function you'll have to study. Audit, governance structure, identification of compliance issues and risk compliance culture, role of chief compliance officer, okay, fraud and vigilance. So these are all topics you'll have to study in module D. So kindly note, while this is completely theory, there are no numericals involved over here, but you'll have to study it in toto. Theory is also equally important. Don't be under the impression that theory can be studied anytime. Okay, it's not that. Okay. So that was it about the whole module A, B, C, D. All the important topics I have told you, what all will come. Even Suprabha ma'am will be taking the same for module B and D because she is more confident, more conversant about it. I take module A and C. Follow her instructions also for module B and D. Don't miss those. And there's some good news for you. What is the good news? See this free test series. Those who want to check your knowledge, build your confidence, be like a topper. For them, we have this free test series. Use the coupon code JCB100 and get access. You can scan this also. Scan it right now. Scan it over here. On this video also you can scan it. Directly scan it and use it. Free test series. Number 1. Number 2. Look at this. Free test series for CIB. Practice with chapter wise and full length mock test. Both of them are available. Kindly note. Chapter wise also and full length also. Those who want to do it chapter wise, they can attempt for that. Those who want to do it full length, you can do, but for that, you need to have this code. This code, this QR code, and this JCB100. Anything. This or this. Anything. But do follow without fail. Okay? Chalo, bye and best of luck. Okay, you are there in the marathons, right? I am taking the marathons, revision, chalisa, everything. Don't miss.